Why, hello everyone. Welcome back to Rebuilding the Past. I'm your host, Mickeynerd17. Once again, we are on episode 2. How exciting. We're going to be doing some outline work on Journey into Imagination, as you can see right behind me. It's going to be pretty exciting. Going to line out the entire ride, and that's pretty much going to be this entire video because when building a ride, gotta start somewhere, and how you start is with outlines. So, let's dive right into it. Yeah, get comfortable, grab a snack, grab some soda. It's going to be a little bit of a long video, but it's going to be absolutely worth it. So, without further ado, let's get going. Woo! So, few things have happened since the last episode. First of all, added some nice signs here. I like to do this because I try to simulate what real life would look like if I was doing this kind of update to this pavilion, even though obviously this isn't real life. I just try to simulate it and make it realistic. It's just something I like to do. And heading into the inside of the building, we can see here that I've smoothed out all of the craters and everything, and the entire building is cleared and ready to go for the new outlines. So that is pretty exciting. Also, I made this hole a little more open and cleared out so that it is easier for us to work. So let's take a look at our blueprints. Alright, so what we got here is an entire layout of the complete pavilion, ride, ImageWorks, ride, not ImageWorks, Magic Eye Theater, and the exterior fountain. We're going to be focusing mostly on the ride, and actually for this graphic, mainly focusing on the load area. Load area was a big curve. Big circle had the curved stairway into the ImageWorks in the middle. You can see that around here. And we've got the curved load track right there. So, you may be wondering, how am I going to be making a circle? It's pretty simple. One with this, I like to use this website called Plots, and it's essentially a sphere generator, and it shows how to make each of the curves. And with this tool, it's pretty easy to make curves for any builds that I may be doing, which is, I used it for Spaceship Earth, making that sphere. It was a 63 block diameter sphere, very large, but with Plots, I managed to get it all down, no discrepancies in the curves, and it ended up with a beautiful product. So, we will be using that right here. Modeler. Now, we won't be building an entire sphere. We're just trying to make a cylinder. So what we'll be doing is finding the diameter sphere we want here. And then we're going to take a middle layer through this bar. We're going to take a middle layer, and then we're going to build that in the game, and then that will be our outline for this load area. So, first of all, we got to figure out what the diameter is. So, You know what? That actually looks much better. I think we might actually roll with this. Huh. Yeah, I think this might actually work. Okay. Well, let's see if it works then. As we can see here, we've got the ride track starting on this curve and going into an open space here. And also, there's a break in the curve right there. And also, we got to be aware of the curve changing right here as it hits a flat wall. And it looks like this will just be angled flat. And it will just have to work like that. And we've also got this pathway to the Magic Eye Theater. So we will be building those. Okay. So, alright, so when making the ride track, I always build the ride track as it's going to be. So I can just build everything else around it. So we're going to be using a black concrete for the ride track, as is standard in all of my buildings and rides, because the track usually is colored very dark because you don't really want to see it. So it just makes sense that you would build it like that. So I'm going to mark that as midpoint. That'll work. Okay, we've got the general layout for the load area completely built, and that means we get to start working on the ride. So let's get to it. Here, I'm using this new graphic because I think it more clearly shows how things are set up. So we've got the load area here. We just built this, and now we're going to be building the actual ride, going all the way through, starting here, around and all through this, all the way to unload. So let's start right here in these curves. So as we can see, ride curves through here, a little straight part, another curve, straight part, and then right into the big turntable. Before we build the big turntable, I'm going to build these two scenes, then the big turntable, and everything else, because the remainder of the scenes after Flight to Imagination really are built around this one scene. So having Flight to Imagination there is critical, but for these first two scenes, we can just go ahead and build them because we're going to need these two for Flight to the Imagination to be set up in the correct location for everything else to work. So let's get to work on that. I will actually have this over here so that I can reference it in building. So that's pretty much the gist of that. Now we get on to Flight of the Imagination. This is a very big scene, and actually, now that I think of it, I have made this way too big. See, exactly what I'm talking about. Experimentation. Just gotta work at it. Something you just have to keep working at to get better. I made this way too big, obviously, so I'm going to have to go back and do it, but that is okay, because alright, now that we've got that settled, Flight of the Imagination. Once again, we're going to use plots to figure this thing out. Hopefully I don't have to rebuild it more than once. So we'll see how it goes. But first of all, we gotta line up where are we going to place this. So actually for this, I'm going to go up to the roof. Why? Because this thing was mainly centered around this second square. So I shall be building it like that. Okay. Probably going to have to end this video right here because this is turning out to be quite long. Lots of details, but we did cover a lot of stuff. So, just going to end the video right here. We managed to get the load area outlined, the first two scenes lined out, the entire Flight to the Imagination scene, and also the entirety of the Dreamport and the art section, and half of literature. Actually, nearly all of literature. So that leaves us with the remainder of literature, performing arts, science, image technology, and the finale and the unload. So that has a really good start. Don't want to keep you guys waiting too much longer. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. Hit that notification bell for more episodes. And we'll see you in the next episode of Rebuilding the Magic. Rebuilding the Past. Excuse me. Alright. Take care, everyone. See you next time.